So I did some research and I found that the only Jew that archaeologists found that was crucified by the Roman Empire was a Jew named Yehohanan ben Hagkol. And he was crucified in Jerusalem in the 1st century CE. And archaeologists in 1968 discovered his remains in northern Jerusalem. And there was still a bent nail pierced through his heel bone. And Yehohanan ben Hagkol's beliefs are obscured, and there's no recordings of what he believed. So, like I said, the myth of Jesus Christ of Nazareth being crucified by the Roman Empire is completely false. There is no evidence. There's no archaeological findings. Even the Shroud of Turin is wrapped in obscurity, and there's no evidence that the Shroud of Turin is real. And the other character that is famous being crucified next to Jesus was Saint Dismas, or the Good Thief. And there's no archaeological evidence or historical evidence that Saint Dismas, the Good Thief, was crucified by Jesus Christ. And there's no evidence that Pilate crucified any Jews. So the only evidence we have is Yehohanan ben Hagkol. And we don't know what he believed. We just know he was Jewish, and his burial followed the Jewish standards. So there's some interesting information about the myth of Jesus Christ, and how, like I said, you could try to argue with me with the Shroud of Turin or something, or use Christian theology, but outside of the Christian theological teachings, there is no recorded evidence or archaeological findings that a Jew who was born in Nazareth to a virgin named Mary Magdalene, or sorry, not Mary, but Mary, was ever born, was ever conceived. And there's no evidence that a virgin could give birth to a child either. And there's no evidence that anyone could raise from the dead or be resurrected from the dead. Okay, so, or ascend into heaven. This is a fallacy. This is against quantum mechanics. Okay, and quantum mechanics is taking an initiative to end fallacies within the world. So, like Large Hadron Collider in CERN in Switzerland, they're trying to prove the particles exist at a quantum level, and they're trying to make things clear to us, that so we can see that basically all the religions are pretty much a fallacy. I mean, I know this contradicts when I say I'm Muslim, but it doesn't really contradict, because Muhammad and Buddha are the only two historical religious figures. So, but point being said, Jesus of Nazareth and Saint Dismas, the Good Thief, are mythological creatures or characters that were invented by the Christian theology. And there's no historical archaeological evidence that they exist. The only historical archaeological evidence that, I repeat, exists is Yehohanan ben Hagkol, 1st century CE, in Jerusalem, was crucified by the Roman Empire. And we don't even know who the Roman Emperor was at the time, I don't think. But this should be widespread. This should be known to everyone, right? This shouldn't be something that only the academic elite know. It should be something that's common knowledge.